It had been a week since I last picked up this camera, and after a lot of hauling grain for other farms in the area, I was finally hauling some grain of my own. A week of being on the road had me exhausted, but as I roll into town this morning with our own crops for our own chickens, I feel a bit more re-energized. I guess that was a good thing since today was also our big day, the first day of business for Frank, Kenny, and I. I had no idea what Frank had in store today since I'd been out of town the last few days, but I did know that we made a lot of money in the past week hauling grain. It's a wonder Frank even wanted to have animals, but here we are hauling a bunch of grain, 59,000 liters to be exact, for our own chickens. One thing was for sure, with this And now the home stretch here as we just passed Clearwater. And it's funny, I've been on the road for the majority of the week, headed from here to Colorado and helping all these other farmers get all of their grain and their produce and everything like that to the nearest distributor, which is all the way in Colorado, which is a big reason why we exist here in Elk Mountain in the first place. But it's funny that I spent the majority of the time driving from Colorado to here last week, and this part, right here, final stretch, always feels like the longest. But either way, we are finally doing something for ourselves. We are finally carrying some wheat for us, and I am bringing it back to the farm here. 59,000 liters of wheat for our chickens, and you can imagine how many chickens we are going to have, and I guess so can I, because Frank has been hush about all of that. But I would like to fill that barn there, and that is a beautiful sight right there, let me tell you. Our farm is here, and I am home-ish. I guess I can call this home since I've spent the majority of the time here. But either way, we'll just park this here right now, and we'll get in there and talk to Frank, and I think Kenny's here as well, and we'll get the agenda for the day, because I still have no idea what we have going on or what we have planned. I've just been hanging out here in this truck for the majority of the time. But Frank did text me earlier and said that he was in the office, and I think Kenny's here too with him, so I guess we'll get in here and find out what the day has in store for us.
Well, there he is. How was everything out on the road this morning?
Frank, people are crazy out there, cutting me off, driving 30 miles an hour on on-ramps. I will say this. I'm glad that we just got paid for all of that driving that I just did.
And heard, how much grain did we get again?
We got 59,000 liters of wheat, so that should last us a little bit, I would think. Frank, when did you say that the chickens are getting here?
They'll be here soon. A week, maybe 2.
So Frank, what do we got to do today?
Well, Kenny, I need you to hang around the shop today and set everything up. Put it just the way you want it. Make sure you know where everything is. I also want you to take the telehandler and the UTV, service them both, make sure everything is in top condition.
Alright, and Frank, what do you need from me today?
Heard, I know you just got off the road this morning, so...
It's alright, Frank. We do what we gotta do, and I'm certainly not going home on our first day open. So, what do we got to do today?
Well, Heard, as long as you asked, I need you to unload the wheat into the silo, park that trailer, attach to our carrier, and go get a tractor that I just bought up at Clearwater Motors. I didn't buy it from Clearwater, obviously. They drop it off there thinking that it's still my shop, so... Anyway, can you go grab that, bring it to the farm? We have some mowing to do today.
Mowing? Are we trying to make hay for ourselves, or are we trying to sell it?
Well, I decided that we might want to get some cows this year as well. I want to make some silage, see if we're able to use it for some dairy cows. At worst, we'll sell it, but honestly, I think we can give it to our cows and save a lot of money.
Alright, Frank, so I'll go do all that. What do you got going on today?
I have a few meetings with some farms to explain our services and see if we're able to come up with an agreement somewhere. I guess sales is the short answer to your question.
Alright, Frank, well, enjoy yourself. I got some work to do as well. Kenny, I'll park that telehandler for you so you can just focus on setting up all your stuff.
Alright, thanks, Herd.
And there is a lot to do today, for sure. We are going to start by moving this telehandler over here for Kenny. And he's going to take a look at it. Should be a pretty easy thing to do for him. I don't really assume anything's wrong with it. Nor does Frank, or he wouldn't have bought it. But it's always better to check. It's always better to have Kenny look at it first before we unload some feed or something like that and everything falls apart on us. So, a simple task for him, but I figured I would help him out. And I'm glad that he has come on board with us and me and Frank, because he's a very good mechanic, and you know, I'm a lot less worried, I guess, about anything going wrong here, because he's there and I can always ask him to fix it. So a good mechanic, a good guy, so I figured I would help him out. Now we are going to drop this off right here. We'll put this down, not that far down. There we go. And now we have got to unload all of that grain. We'll unload that into the chicken silo over there on the left, and then we will get on up to Clearwater because we have got to pick up a tractor and a mower. So let's get to it. Alright, now with all of the wheat dumped into the chicken silo, we've got everything hooked up here, and it is time to hit the road. We are headed up to Clearwater. We're going to grab that tractor and that mower, like I said. I'm really excited to see what Frank got. I don't think it's going to be anything huge or anything like that. I'm really honestly just curious as to what I'll be driving around here. And I'm equally as curious about all of the grain that we just dumped into that silo. It seems like a lot. I know that Frank has been calling around in Clearwater and around the area to secure some deals for some eggs. So I do know that we have got a lot of chickens that are on their way. And the cow thing surprises me. So, you know, I'm interested to see what Frank's got in mind. I do know some of it. I don't know all of it. You know, I'm not a full partner. I'm a partner in finance, which means that I would be getting, you know, some of the profits here. But ultimately, it's Frank's decision right now in terms of what we're doing. And, you know, my land is so far away. It's about 40 minutes away from here. And I haven't really been able to touch the land yet. It looks just like it did before, all grown up, all the shrubs and everything like that. So I'm going to have to try and borrow this mower later today so that I can get up to my land and make it look a little bit better. I do have a chicken coop, a different one, and I do own a trailer now, not a mobile home or anything, but more a camper or a converted wagon, I guess. But I do live in a trailer, so I do have a little bit of a different setup up there. But, you know, Frank doesn't want to use it because it's 40 minutes away, the land that is, and I understand that. But at the same time, if I'm going to be bringing things back, why not? You know, I could mow it and just as easily just use this tractor or this tractor trailer, should I say, to get everything up there. But either way, we're headed to Clearwater Motors, and this is a place that I thought I would be working at for a while, but, you know, things change quickly, as I'm finding out here in Elk Mountain. But yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of cows he would like as well. I don't know if it's going to be a dairy or if we are going to just be putting some weight on them. You know, Frank is very vague, and yeah, I think he, you know, I think he likes being withholding. I'm not really sure, but it seems that way anyway to me. Either way, we'll find out when we need to find out, I guess, is what he would say. But there we are. And looks like a red tractor, so it could be a case, or it could be, I guess, a Massey. Let's see what we got here. it is a case. Alright, so, and he got a good sized mower as well, so I guess we'll park this over here and get out and start trying to load everything. Turn this off. Alright, had to wait for the ramp to get down. Let's just check and make sure that the ramp is down. And we're ready to go, so let's load up these things real quick and then we'll be on our way back to the farm. This is what I'm going to be driving today. Yep, the Case 7250. Looks like a good tractor. It's certainly better than any tractor I could afford right now, that's for sure. But and then we got a good sized brush hog here, which I'm happy with. So, because we got a lot of land over there that we need to mow. But first, we're going to have to load all of this up, and I'm going to have to attach the brush hog to the back of this tractor. And sometimes this is a pain, sometimes this goes very easy. Let's see what our luck is today. Usually it's on the bad side, but I'm not going to be all negative. I'm going to let things happen as they go. Let's see if we can get this attached. This is a big size brush hog. Get in there. Alright, so we're attached. Got the PTO on. And now let's just raise this and fold it. That way we can back it up onto that truck. Then we'll strap everything down and we will be on our way. But Frank was looking forward to this delivery for sure. He had been talking about it all week, and this is a nice tractor. I do like this tractor for the farm, so a good selection from him. And I do like the mower as well, because we have a lot of land over there that we're going to have to mow. And again, I don't know if we're doing a dairy or just putting some weight on these cows, but if we are doing beef cows, then we are going to be able to sell all that silage, and we are going to make a good amount of money. Let's just check this real quick. Feel a little bit better about it now. Let's look at the wheels. Everything's good. Alright, let's get this strapped up and we'll be on the road. And man, Frank is going to be excited about this. This is a nice tractor, a nice mower. And again, we've got a lot to mow up today, so I'm excited about this as well. And I'm hoping that Frank is going to let me bring this home, because I've got to get my land looking a little bit better as well. Coop gave me that land, and I haven't been able to use it as much as I want to. Between working for Frank at Clearwater here and now, going into business with Frank, I think, I haven't had a lot of time to really focus on my land, and I do want to do more of that. So hopefully as we get equipment, I will be able to use it. That would at least be nice. And hopefully I'll be in town, because I have been out of town for a large majority of last week, moving grain for local farmers, things like that. So it is a busy life, but that's what I signed up for, right? Now I've got to, speaking of busy life, get back to the farm. We're going to drop this off, and I am going to start mowing immediately. And I don't know how long it's going to take, but if we do have some time later today, I would like to get up to my farm, and I would at least like to mow it up. I'm hoping that I'm going to have some time by the end of the day. But again, I don't know how long this takes, because I've never mowed it before, and really not so sure. Frank is not really a great person at giving a lot of details, but I'm not really sure how many acres we actually own. So I can't really predict how many minutes or hours or whatever it's going to take. So everything is kind of, find out, really. Do it, find out, and record it, so that we know for next time. But let's get back to the farm. Let's unload all this stuff, and then let's get to mowing, because we got a busy day ahead of us. And now closer to the farm, and there you see the very decorative orange gate that Clearwater put up for us. We got to do something about that gate. We have to get a little bit better of a fence, and hopefully that whole area is fenced in with animals at some point, or at least a crop field of some sort, so that we can make some money off it. Not that we're not going to make money mowing and getting some silage, but either way, let's get this unstrapped, and we will get the tractor and the mower off of the trailer, and then we can get out into the field and start mowing. Alright, now in the tractor, we'll start this thing up. And I'm actually excited to do this. It's a big field. I can't wait to see how big it is, but also I do enjoy mowing quite a bit. So we are going to be able to mow a large area here, but at the same time, I can't really enjoy myself all that much because we kind of are racing against the clock. I would like to at least be able to get started on my field up there if Frank says yes, which I think he will. You know, he doesn't really say no often in terms of, you know, borrowing the equipment, so should be no problem, and we should be able to start that up there. Either way, let's get to mowing all of this, or we're not going to be able to do anything else. Turn the mower on. That is loud. Now, we are responsible for all of the grass up to the road. There is not really a town that comes out here and does anything, because this is a very remote part of Elk Mountain. It's not actually Clearwater. Clearwater is a little bit down the road. It's just kind of undeveloped land, as you see. You know, Frank bought this much, so they put the fence up, and I shouldn't hit the fence, or we are not going to really have that up for long. But either way, the survey company came out here, they put this fence up. Of course, we paid for it, but I would really like to see how much land is out here, because this is a great open space, and there's a lot of land. Frank did buy quite a bit of land here, as you can see. I can't even see the end of this pasture yet. But if we did make this a crop field, I think that it would be very beneficial to us. You know, I think we could get a nice crop, and I don't even think we need to, you know, do it for the animals or anything. I think we just need to do it for the money. Sell the crop, because we're already delivering quite a lot of product out of Elk Mountain. Just last week, I delivered a lot of grain that farmers had in their silo, and they'd been waiting to sell. But the problem is, and why we are actually a company to begin with, is the transportation is very expensive out here, because Elk Mountain is that remote. So you got to pay a long way for them to come. You got to pay a long way for them to go. And for us, you don't have to do that. I got hung up on a tree back here, or a bush, should I say, but we got it mowed down. Yeah, so as I was saying, you don't have to do that for us, because we are already based in Elk Mountain, and we have got the means to transport a lot of grain. We just do it, we'll take it from multiple farms until we get either a full or close to full trailer, and then we will bring it down to Colorado, where we can sell a lot of it. That seems like a long ways away, and it is. It's a few hours away, but at the same time, that's a small price to pay for being able to sell the grain that you harvest. So either way, we are at one corner finally here. Now we are headed back towards the farm, but as you see, this is a large area, and it's largely unkept. and as you see from all of the brush around here and things like that. So I don't know what kind of hay we are going to be able to make, or what kind of silage we are going to be able to make. The quality of this grass might not be the best, but either way, we will mow this up and we will get it all done, and it's going to look a lot better after that. It's funny how, land looks so much bigger once you get it cleaned up, once you get it mowed. And this already looks huge, so I cannot imagine just how big this is. I would love to get the numbers from Frank, but again, he's not much for details. Either way, I'm going to put this down because we've got a lot of work ahead of us. I am going to do a time lapse here this time. Usually we'll do a montage, but let's do a time lapse here. We haven't done that in a while, and we will get this field all mowed up.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5. Happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list, girl, you can skip this funny business. 'Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need, but there is breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. All my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Yeah, you can keep your 9 to 5, 'cause I'm happy with the simple life. Tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knew my name, and all my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, you can keep your 9 to 5, 'cause I'm happy with the simple life. Oh Lord, you can keep your 9 to 5.
I do like that this tractor has radio. I also do like that song, but either way, I like that we are done. That took a few hours of our time here today. It is just afternoon, and I'm going to go in and talk to Frank. I'm going to see if he needs us to do anything else here today, or if I may be able to borrow that tractor that we just bought. I really just got to mow my land, and I don't have any other way of doing it, so let's see. Hey, Frank.
Done already, huh? That's pretty good timing.
Yeah, it is. And actually, it's good timing for me if you let me do something. I do want to see if I can take that tractor up with the tractor trailer to my place tonight. I just want to mow. I think I could probably get there at my house about 1. and then I might be able to finish off the mowing at my place, which would be a huge help for me. So what do you think? Do you think I could take it?
Oh, I don't see why not. You know, you've been a huge help here, and wow, that's mowed already, huh? It's going to be a nice one. Doesn't take a long time, which is really good, but at the same time, did we get enough land?
Oh no, we got enough land, that's for sure. But thank you, I appreciate it. I'm actually going to get up to mine. I hate to, end so abruptly, but I do have to finish all of that today. So thank you, Frank. I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Herd, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, well, I'm not overly surprised that Frank's letting us borrow this, just because he's a nice guy, and he's really helped me out quite a bit here since I've moved out here. So I really do appreciate it, though. I don't take that for granted at all. And I do want to try and take care of everything, make sure everything's on the up and up, and that we don't ask too much. I do want to buy some more stuff for us. Down here, I consider this a good job, and I am a partner here, but at the same time, I don't have a lot of pull with the decisions. I'm more learning from Frank at the moment so that I can start my own thing, but at the same time, I am running this farm. We are doing chickens down here, so it's not like I'm going anywhere anytime soon. It's just that I do want to honor the gift that Coop gave me. I do want to make sure that land makes me some money as well. Not just I moved out here and happened to meet a nice guy named Frank. I want to do something for me too. But either way, we're going to strap this back up. We are going to head up to the house, and I'll probably drop this off here because I can show you the house in the next episode. I don't know what the traffic's going to look like. People are nuts, and I'll just leave you with that thought.